I'll save you from all the endless up and down and tantrum throwing that is happening right now around net zero, because death tax is net zero 2050. I don't like the other two. Gives you an idea about how I feel about the third. In fact, I want to say well done to Dennis Shanahan, who has recognised what we've been talking about on this show, which is the pressure isn't actually on the government, it's on the Labor Party. The Labor Party, who currently have no targets when it comes to 2030, they either have to match the government, which means tick of approval for the government, they have to outdo the government, which means they open themselves up to the same politics as 2019, or they underdeliver and potentially annoy their voters, ruining enthusiasm going into the next election. Well said. And also Greg Sheridan too, shout out to him, because he is 100% correct that guess what? Nothing's changing in the next 9 years, and it is a broad aspiration for the 20 years after that. Yet all the carrying on, and that's what it has to be said. Now, cost of transition matters. I will constantly bang on about it. It matters. But the idea of the vaguest possible target, after the ones that are already set in stone, that were negotiated by Tony Abbott, that were ratified by Malcolm Turnbull, that were re-elected under Scott Morrison in 2019, there are some people that are really taking you for a ride at the moment. But the reality is Australians have a great BS detector, and in both directions of the extremes of this, it'll be going off. Because put simply, the people who want people to be constant warriors or sort of political suicide bombers, well, they're not going to be happy. And the people who want revolution aren't going to be happy either, which means you're somewhere in the middle, where I would suggest about 20 of the 25 million people who live in this country actually are as well. Meantime, the Prime Minister is doubling down on that idea that all of this is about doing it the Australian way. Yes, we'll agree to the global target. That means you have to be this high to ride the global roller coaster, to do the free trade deals in places like the EU, to be able to have deals with the United States and the United Kingdom, to stand up against China. Hello? But we're not going to sign up to all of the systems that other countries can have in place, including those that have nuclear.
Our government can stand up for Australia, to protect our interests and to have an Australian plan, Mr Speaker, an Australian plan that is done in Australia's interests to deal with Australia's economy.